Hi, welcome to Stitching with Cindy Box. Today I wanted to talk about making panels of fabric from your scraps and some things you could do with them. Now today I wanted to show you these cute little zipper pouches. Now this has a great tutorial on Thoughtful Expressions on her YouTube channel. She takes you through exactly how to make them, and I just thought they were super cute. I like this size, but I think I'd also like a little bigger size for different things. And she takes you right through how to make them. They are super cute. Hers she makes with one outside fabric and one inside fabric. But I thought, this would be a great, cute little thing to make using your scraps. Now, a lot of people aren't sure what to do with their scraps, and I thought we'd just talk about that. So, for this project, you could make a strip of fabric from the adding machine tape method, where you have a piece of adding machine tape. You lay two fabrics right sides together, sew your seam, sew it down, sew the next one until you have this long strip of adding machine tape with the scraps on it. And you can do all sorts of whisks, you can do triangles, you can do all sorts of things using the adding machine tape as your paper foundation. Then you can just sew some rows of this together. You could even put a wide row of white, like a sashing in between the rows, and make your fabric panel that way. And then follow the directions just as if you were using one piece of fabric. You can also take your scrappy fabric that is been cut down into squares and just make a block, a panel that is the size that you want for your little zipper pouch. Just so many ways that you can take and make these fabric panels. One way I really like to do it is to just take the various shapes and just start sewing them together into squares or rectangles. Just keep building. So here I started with this half square triangle, added a square, then I pressed it down and added this triangle, then I added that, then I added this fabric and pressed it down, added this fabric, and now I can add a fabric here, whether it's another triangle or just a strip. And you just keep making it until you have the size rectangle, strip, or however you want to do it. If you want to sew squares together, strips of rectangles together, and make your wide panel. So here's a nice size panel, and you can see that I've just sewn the panels together once I made them. Same thing, using the triangles, building them up, adding rows around it to make scrappy fabric panels. Now, another way you can do this is to take a piece of fabric. This is just an old sheet, and what I do is I cut it into squares. Again, you can cut it into rectangles if that's your preference. I spray it with 505. I lay a piece of fabric down, lay another fabric on top, and then I do like a raw edge applique. I just zigzag that down and make sure I've covered both the raw seams that's underneath it. I don't know if I can flip that up to show you that it's, tucked under there nice. So that raw seam is tucked under there nicely. And then the zigzag is to hold this raw seam. All right, and then you just lay your next piece on. Here I've already connected two pieces into a strip. You can connect 5, 6, 7, 8, however many pieces together, and then use them as one long strip and just zigzag it on, cut it off, place it at the top, and just keep going if you wanted to do that. So this one is done on a diagonal. This one I did with strips of fabric, and I made this side, and then using some strips I did this side and then this side. So really you're just laying them one on top of each other, and all you want to do is cover it. So you can use strips that are the same length, same width, or a variety of widths and lengths to make different patterns. So I have wide, narrower, and wide. And then here I have, again, a different kind of just different rows, different sizes, pretty much the same width, going across until I get to here. Just a variety. This one's got 2 to make up that square place. This one is pretty much all the same width and length, except for like this one's longer. So it really is open to your imagination. Here I have a row of smaller ones and a row of larger ones, and just keep building it. Again, just spray the foundation fabric with your 501 spray, laying the fabrics on top. Again, these ones I just lay them right on top and use narrow and wide. They don't need to be sewn together ahead of time, but if you happen to have strips that are, you can just go right over that seam if that's how it is. But most of my scraps right now are not sewn together pieces, although I have done crazy quilts with half square triangles and stuff in them and flying geese. This one again is just spraying it down and laying the rows on in a diagonal. Again, I think this is a very cute little pattern. This comes from Thoughtful Expressions. Oh, excuse me, I misspoke. Thoughtful Creations, her YouTube channel. And the pattern comes from the Must Try 5 Easy Projects to Sew and Sell Gifts in 2024. Again, this is Thoughtful Creations, and I will put a link to her YouTube channel on how to make these bags. She used the one color fabric, and she did talk about how you could add little keychain loops or handles to it. But it's all up to your imagination and creativity. And I love her idea of using bias tape. Here I just used binding like I would for my quilts. So that's what I did. You have a great night, and hopefully see you here again. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Have a great night. Bye.